quarter to 2, workout's over. We were in the gym by 11, working out, and done by about 12:30. So it's about an hour and a half workout between doing shoulders and arms. That leaves about a half an hour for each, meaning half hour for shoulders, half an hour for biceps, half an hour for triceps. I didn't do cardio at the gym. I'm going to do it when I get home. So I wanted to get a meal in, let it go down, and kind of hit the cardio after I had a couple more meals. Okay, why begin the week with arms and shoulders? Well, the only other option, well, not the only other option, but generally I would maybe do legs on a Monday. I didn't do legs today because yesterday I was so busy. I had a ton of food to prep and stuff like that, where I didn't get a chance to either A, go see my massage therapist, or B, spend an hour or so rolling out my legs on the foam roller. And I knew that if I went and did legs today, I wasn't going to get out of them everything that I could. So, and I made it to bed late last night. I was up late prepping food. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to bang out arms and shoulders. I'm going to train them hard, but it's not going to tax me the way it normally would if I went and I did legs. So that way, I'm going to get this workout done today. I'm going to get home, get some stuff squared away, and get to bed early tonight and get up tomorrow and just trash legs. For me, it's really important at this stage to really put my all into my workouts, not necessarily because I'm looking to put on size, being 2 weeks out from a show, but because I'm looking at those workouts as a way to bring in my condition, especially when it comes to for something like legs, where if I'm able to train them balls to the wall, it's going to have a positive, assuming that my nutrition and my recovery is on point, it's going to really have a positive effect on my condition. But if I'm going in and I'm not really feeling 100%, and I'm not going to just destroy them the way that I'm capable of, then it's kind of a wasted workout. So I felt good enough today where I could go in and just obliterate arms and shoulders, and I'll save legs for tomorrow. Doing arms and shoulders basically away from chest works, because if I were to go in and train chest tomorrow, your arms and shoulders, they're a little beat up, you're not going to have the best chest workout. So going and doing legs tomorrow, my leg workout is not going to be affected by what I did today. And then seeing as Wednesday is going to be an off day, a day for rest, it's perfect, because if I'm ever able to use a rest day, it's going to be good to have it the day after legs. Chest is a body part for me that requires a lot of attention, and having a day of rest prior to training it is definitely beneficial. Giving everything a chance to kind of build up, and glycogen to build up, and some recuperation to take place is a good way to go into chest day. And then I'll go in and hit back on Friday, and training chest on Thursday won't affect back on Friday. And then I'll go in on Saturday and just do hamstrings and calves. And some people might say, well, if you're doing back on Friday, why do hamstrings and calves on Saturday, considering you're probably going to deadlift for back? And then once you go in on Saturday, are you going to deadlift for hamstrings? And the answer is yes, I do. I deadlift 2 days in a row. And that may seem strange or like too much, and normally I would probably agree with you. But the thing I've noticed is that if I go in, granted, I'm doing the deadlifts in a different fashion each day. When I go in, I do it for back. I'm doing them at the end of the workout, and I'm emphasizing my back. When I go in and I do it for hamstrings, I'll pre-exhaust all my hamstrings. I'll pre-exhaust my hamstrings, do a whole bunch of hamstring work first, and then when I'm deadlifting, the majority of the movement is in the hips, and I'm not really contracting my back. So believe it or not, having deadlifted the day prior, instead of my back, it's almost like it kind of warmed it up. It's like having put your body through those motions already the day prior, it's almost like it's so fresh in your mind that mechanically your body kind of just falls right into it. At least that's the way it's worked for me. And then Sunday's rest. So it's 1:45 right now. I typically try to eat. I ate around 9 o'clock this morning. 9:30. Try to eat again around 12:30. Ideally, I like to eat at 9, 12, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Things got a little bit pushed forward today, but I'm still, once I get home, I'm hungry enough right now where I'm going to put down another meal pretty much as soon as I get home at 2 o'clock, so that'll put me back on schedule. Honestly, that's such a huge part of the day, is if the eating falls out of track. If you get off track with your eating, the whole day is screwed up. So it's like when I'm pre-contest, I'm constantly looking at the clock and thinking about when I have to eat next. It's it drives me nuts, to be honest. I don't want to eat every freaking 2 hours. At least not the food I'm eating. But I find that it is more beneficial. And I keep telling myself someday, once I'm done, I'm gonna eat twice a day, and it's gonna be great. Because I'm so sick of eating 6 times a day. But right now you do what you got to do to get the most results. So I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna get some stuff in order for the rest of the day. I've got some work to do on the computer, and some emails and phone calls to make, and mainly in preparation for the Arnold in Australia. So it's a lot of crap like that. Just, I guess you could call it maybe the business side of things. And that will be my day, because today I'm back, all day Saturday and Sunday I was busy just doing stuff. So today I was intent on getting done. Hopefully I'll be done by 6 or so tonight. And, just only worry about, eating, and then hopefully get to bed nice and early tonight. And that's most of the day. Meal number 3. Fish and rice. Again. A lot of it is just the same thing over and over. I mean, bodybuilding by nature was kind of a lot of just regimentation and repetition and consistency. And being in a routine, right? I mean, think about all these things. Repetitions in the gym. Routines in the gym. It was kind of all same thing apply to things outside of the gym. It's all about repetitions and a routine. Of course, you switch things up as necessary, but for the most part, it's the same shit day in and day out. All right, you guys saw the first 3 meals of the day, right? Breakfast was chicken with rice and a salad. Next 2 meals are both the same. 12 ounces of fish, rice, some greens mixed in. I just wanted to show you guys what the rest of my day will look like. The next 3 meals. Next meal I have will be 8 ounces of chicken, half an avocado. Then we got 8 ounces of chicken. I'll just have a salad with some vinegar. And the last meal of the day, I'll just do 6 whole eggs. As you notice, after those first 3 meals, the carbs drop off and the fats pick up a little bit. It's a lot of times people, they think about, okay, you're a pro bodybuilder. What does a day of eating look like for you? So one of the main reasons why we're doing this is to physically show you this is what it looks like. It probably isn't as crazy as you expected. But I guess considering that there were, technically there'd be 3 more meals right alongside these, it is a substantial amount of food. And the idea being that there's really no empty calories. I guess you could make the argument that the white rice could be considered an empty calorie. But, it serves the main purpose of, supplying the body with energy and helping you to store glycogen in the muscle cells, and, helping to maintain fullness, and as a source of calories, if nothing else. But really the more nutrient dense food being the protein sources being, the chicken and the fish, the eggs being a very nutrient dense, at least in my opinion, source of food. Considering you have the protein in the white, and then all that great stuff in the yolk, the good fats, that lecithin, choline, and and obviously all 22 essential amino acids. Avocado, obviously a great source of fat, very high in fiber. And if you guys look up the nutritional profile of it, which actually I was just doing last night, and I was saying to myself, wow, avocado has quite a bit of nutrients in it in terms of the vitamin and mineral profile. Salad, iceberg lettuce, not very nutrient dense, but carrots, absolutely. And the lettuce still serves a purpose as it helps to, helps you to digest your food. So most, I guess what I'm saying is that even though maybe it's not everything you expected in terms of maybe the quantity, I think that it is fairly nutrient dense, and obviously it's enough to sustain a 260 pound bodybuilder. So it's enough for me. And that's the point, is that everybody requires something different. What I may diet on may be significantly more or significantly less than what someone else may diet on. You may have a guy who's 200 pounds who diets on the same amount as I do, or you may find that there's another guy who's the same size as me who eats significantly less. So it varies for everybody. And I know that a lot of you out there watching want to know, what do you do? Because, whether it's in regard to training or to eating, or just the lifestyle in general, because you figure maybe that's your closest shot at, gaining some insight into, hopefully what makes me successful at what I do, and what might help you to have similar success. And like I said, and it's very reasonable to think that way, but do keep in mind, that what I do and what someone else does, and what you may do, or what may work for you, what you may need to do, it's all relative, it's all different. But I hope that this was helpful to you, seeing this, and take from it what you will. This is where I come to typically do all my cardio. It's my basement. It's a little cold down here, which is actually one of the reasons why I like doing cardio in the afternoon. Because if I come down here first thing, I'm fucking freezing. So as the day goes on, I warm up a little bit. And even from a practical standpoint, it actually works, because I always felt like after a few meals, if I do cardio, I sweat my ass off. My metabolism is definitely working a little bit more than if I come down first thing, empty stomach, and bang out some cardio. If I do cardio on empty stomach, though, this is something I'm a big believer in. And you guys know me. You know that I wouldn't just push something just for the hell of it, or because I'm sponsored by Animal. And I've been saying it since day one. I'm a huge believer in nitro, especially when you're dieting, especially when you're on an empty stomach, especially when you're running low, whether it's during training or during cardio. I think branched chain amino acids, are literally your best friend. Obviously, this is high in BCAAs, but it's also a more complete, amino product as well. So, but seeing as it's the afternoon, I've already had a few meals. I don't need that today. Right now, cardio, it's nothing crazy. Half an hour. I jack up the incline, and every 5 minutes I bump it up. And by the end of the session, the incline is up at its highest. And, my heart rate is usually around about $135. So it's not through the roof, but it's, as this cardio session goes on, it's going to be real difficult for me to actually carry on a audible conversation. So it's enough. I think that's the key, I think, in bodybuilding, is enough and nothing less and nothing more, but doing what's enough. The hardest part is finding what is that amount, and it's even more difficult because it seems to be forever changing. Whether it's because of age or, you know, every dieting process, every time you diet, it's a little bit different. So it pays to know yourself.